Who is doing all the killing and ordering all the killing and murder in the Bible? And there are literally millions of people being slaughtered in that Bible. But guess who's doing it? It's not Satan. Satan is not doing any killing in that Bible. I think he killed like 6 people, supposedly. If I remember correctly, I think it was a total of 6 that I counted. Millions? That was under the order of God himself. Why is it that the people are being murdered, killed, tortured under the order of God? Why is it that women and children are being and beaten and murdered and abducted? Read the book of Deuteronomy. In the book of Deuteronomy, God tells people who don't know even who these other foes are, doesn't even know anything about them. But just because he says, this is not the creator of the universe. I'm going to prove this to you right now. This is a man speaking to people, and they believed he was some type of a God. It's actually Enlil from the Sumerian tablets. He's Yahweh in the Bible, because the Bible is copied from Sumerian tablets. But anyway, he tells people to go to this land, way across where they don't even know these people. It says exactly in the Bible, kill the women, kill the children, steal their spoils, take the spoils of war, take all the stuff, all their riches, and anything, any goods that they have that you can collect. If you find any virgins, you can rape them. You them. That's the word. That's the word. They'll never read this to you in Bible study, but it's in your book, Deuteronomy. Read it. You can rape them. And if it so suited you, you can now take that raped woman as your wife. So now you can abduct them too and hold them as imprisonment. Yeah. The Bible says in the book of Deuteronomy, this is the God speaking now. This is God, the creator of the universe, supposedly speaking. This is not the creator of the universe, because I believe in the creator of the universe, and this is not the creator of the universe who tells people this. He says, and that's another big problem, there is no male God, doesn't exist. He says, if you see a woman walking through a field and you her, then you can, if you choose, you can keep her as your wife. You think that's the creator of the universe telling people that you can rape some woman randomly and then make her your wife? Or do you think that was more likely written by men that wanted to have the justification of doing what the hell they want to do, using God as the excuse? You see? What a lot of people don't realize is they're following the same demonic entity that they've been running from when you're following a religion. I met this Christian guy, and he was trying to preach to me on the beach and tell me, you know, all this stuff about getting saved and taking the Lord, you know, Jesus as your Lord and Savior and blah, blah, blah. I let him talk, and then I said, I'm not taking Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior. He said, why? I said, because I am God. Guy's eyes got white. Ooh, goodness, you scaring me now. You can't say stuff like this. Why can't I? Isn't it a divine spark that created every living thing in this entire universe, and every atom in the universe inhabited by the God consciousness? Yeah, well, my body's made of atoms. So every bit of the power of God is actually inside of my avatar body, and my consciousness is coming from the one true source. I am already divine. I'm already eternal. He couldn't grasp it. He suffered to grasp it. I saw his avatar going through a meltdown. Who are you? I said, you ran into one of the world's foremost experts in ancient civilizations and ancient texts on the planet. I said, let me ask you a question, sir. When was this Bible written that you're holding on to? When was it written? What years? He goes, well, it started about 6,000 years ago. Oh, nope, sorry, guy. You got it wrong already. You're already way off. Who wrote the Bible? Well, Moses. No, sorry, you're way off. Peter, Paul. No, sorry. No, Peter, Paul, nothing. Peter, Paul, Judas, and all those, John, they were all illiterates. They couldn't even write. They couldn't read or write, actually. Did you go to seminary school, sir? Did you learn? How come I know more about this than you? The Bible wasn't written as a book called the Bible, live in real time, like we walk around with, you know, cell phone cameras on our corners of our streets, picking up all the traffic and all the information in real time, and everything's being captured in real time. Didn't exactly happen like that, sir. You see, the Bible was written in 100 AD to 900 AD, long after the people written and talked about were long dead and gone. And it wasn't written as an entire book. Certain people were capturing or taking small pieces of stone tablets from the Sumerians and the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the Egyptian Book of the Dead. They also took some out of the Code of Hammurabi, the Book of Adapa, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Then they copied small amounts onto parchment paper that they can remember certain parts. And they would store them in these little vases and put them in these vases and seal them. And they would look at them from time to time and keep them in caves and so forth in the desert. Over the course between 100 AD to 900 AD, these caves were rediscovered over time. And some of these vases were opened up. And some of these parchment paper copies of ancient tablets and ancient texts from around the world, some from the Library of Alexandria, some from the land of Chem, were then rediscovered and then over time formatted into a book, what they now call a canonized Bible. A lot of man-made information was also injected directly into that content that had nothing to do with the people of that era and had everything to do with how can we utilize this information to run and control an entire civilization? How can we control this entire planet?
Is because those to whom God has given the responsibility to take a stand for the truth have failed in their duty. Those who should be God's messengers to let our civil leaders know what needs to be done, what is righteous, what is truth, what is in proper harmony and balance. Many of them have sold out to the political influences of today. And as a result of selling out to the civil powers that be, many of those who should be messengers of God, their hands are tied. And they literally cannot speak out, because if they do, they'll lose their influence in society. Consequently, since the righteous, or the so-called righteous, have failed to do their job, we now live in a wicked, wicked country. Since this is America's birthday, so to say, I want to take this opportunity today to teach you, my brothers and sisters, what the masses do not know concerning the agenda of the United States of America in world affairs. So if you're expecting a good sermon this morning, come back next week. I'll try to meet that need then. But today is the birthday of the most wicked nation on this planet. And as God's messenger, I need to tell you a few things about this nation that you might not know. The subject for today is the birth and planned destiny of the United States of America. Now, the message I'm going to teach you today is a dangerous one. The very things I'm going to say standing up here today, laws have been passed to have me put to death. For even saying some of the things I'm going to say. Please understand, I do not have a death wish. But I promise God I'm going to tell the truth. Even if it costs my life. Because I have a responsibility, and that's to liberate my people. Set my people free. And as long as God gives me the strength to do that, I'm going to do it. And as each day goes by, I get a little bit more bold with it. Either bold or crazy, one or two. President Woodrow Wilson said these words, and I quote him: "There is a power so organized, so subtle, so complete, so pervasive, that they had better not speak above their breath when they speak in condemnation of it. End of quote. What was it that Woodrow Wilson knew about this power that was so awesome that most of us don't know? The power that President Woodrow Wilson referred to, brothers and sisters, is hidden from the masses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right.
By camouflaging itself in people, in organizations, in entities that are held in highest regard by society.
That's right.
Talking about a power that literally decides what is to be taught in theology.
Come on now.
Thereby determining the level of people's spirituality.
That's right,
for hundreds of thousands of sincere believers. Brothers and sisters, I'm talking about a power that literally decides what is to be taught in the disciplines of philosophy and religion, thereby regulating the cognitive reality or the belief system of the masses. This power that I'm talking about literally decides who and what is to be taught in the field of education, thereby governing the climate of our socio-economic environment. Listen to this real good, y'all. I want you to hear this. I'm talking about a power, check this out now, that is so cunning.
Yes, it is.
And crafty that they can write down their long-term goals and plans and have them presented and perceived as prophecy.
Go ahead. All right.
Did y'all hear that?
How's that, Pastor?
That's right.
I'll say it again in case you didn't. I'm talking about power that is so awesome that they can write down their long-term plans and goals, and when they present it, because they control religion, people perceive it as prophecy.
Control, Pastor. That's control.
I'm talking about a power that is so powerful that they knew that centuries later, people would see that they are pulling off what they planned centuries ago. And the masses would think that prophecy is being fulfilled. Good gracious alive. What the ignorant call prophecy,
Open eyes, Pastor.
those who know better call long-term planning. Good Lord have mercy. Who or what is this power that Woodrow Wilson referred to, that I'm talking about today? In our churches and religious organizations, we have learned that Satan will be the God of the New World Order. Everybody say New World Order. Bible colleges and seminaries all over the world teach that the leading figures in the New World Order is 1, Satan, or the dragon, 2, the beast, or the Antichrist, and 3, the false prophet. 9 out of 10 Bible-believing Christians will tell you with the Holy Ghost-filled veracity that I'm not going to be a part of Satan's New World Order. In fact, they'll turn around and tell you, I'm not even going to be here when Satan's New World Order kicks in. Man, do we got something to learn. I want to tell y'all something you may know. How many of y'all have ever heard of the Declaration of Independence? What year did that come into existence? 1776, right? Well, on January 30th, 1976, what year did I say? 1976, a new document called the Declaration of Interdependence was presented to the American people.
Yes, it was.
32 senators and 92 representatives signed this document in Washington, D.C. An excerpt from the Declaration of Interdependence reads like this, and I quote, "2 centuries ago, our forefathers brought forth a new nation. Now we must join with others to bring about a new world order." President George Bush, y'all know our former president, the man who was instrumental for bringing drugs into our community.
Cast them down.
In his commencement address at Texas A&M University on May 12, 1989 said, quote, "Ultimately, our objective is to welcome the Soviet Union back into the new world order. Perhaps the world order of the future will truly be a family of nations." Brothers and sisters, this organized power that I'm talking about goes by the name the Illuminati, or the Illumined Ones. The founding fathers, as they're called, of this country were members of this powerful organization called the Illuminati. Now, everybody gets excited about the year 1776. Know why they get excited about it? Because that was the year that the Declaration of Independence was signed. But the men who signed the Declaration of Independence were members of the Illuminati. Everybody say Illuminati. Yeah. Which means enlightened ones. This is deep because the Illuminati was founded in the year 1776. What year did I say, people? 1776. A man by the name of Adam Weishaupt, a Jew, founded the Illuminati on May 1st, 1776. Adam Weishaupt was a teacher of canon law at the University of Ingolstadt in Bavaria, Germany. Professor Weishaupt was quoted as saying, I'm going to quote some of the things this man said. I want y'all to hear this good. He said, and I quote, "It is necessary to establish a universal regime and empire over the whole world." He went on to say these words, "The great strength of our order," meaning the Illuminati, "lies in its concealment." Did y'all hear me? "Let it never appear in any place in its own name, but always covered by another name and another occupation." What does that mean? That means that the part of the program of the Illuminati is to infiltrate seminaries. Yes, sir. That's right. So that the graduates will come out as pastors. Yes. Part of the agenda of the Illuminati is to infiltrate the medical schools. So that the graduates will come out with MDs. Part of the Illuminati is to infiltrate the law system of this country, so that when you stand in front of a judge, you're standing in front of a member of the Illuminati.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
He went on to say, there is none fitter than the three lower degrees of Freemasonry. The public is accustomed to it, expects little from it, and therefore takes little notice of it. So what he did is he said, since we have to operate under the disguise of another organization, let's infiltrate the Masons. And do our dirty work under the disguise of Masonry.
That's right.
And that's why half of us think that the Masons are evil men. When in reality, it's the Illuminati who are the evil ones parading around as Freemasons.
Yeah, dressed up, Pastor.
Notice what he goes on to say. One of the areas where the Illuminati would strive to place their members was inside government, and I quote him, "We must do our utmost to procure the advancement of Illuminati into all important civil offices."
Yes.
So you know what that means? That means that when you stand in front of a judge, when you're arrested by a high-ranking police officer, you're dealing with the Illuminati.
Yeah.
But you don't see that. All you see is the name of that particular police department.
Yeah.
You don't see that, you know, when you see powerful people in certain churches, all you see is the name of that church, not realizing the power that's behind some of these organizations.
Yeah.
The last quote I want to give from Mr. Adam Weishaupt, he says these words. He says, "By this plan, we shall direct all mankind." How much of mankind did I say? All. Does that include us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Huh?
All.
By this plan we shall direct all mankind. He goes on to say, in this manner and by the simplest means we shall set all in motion and in flames. Yeah. The occupations must be so allotted and contrived that we may in secret influence all political actions. Some of us honestly think that we are the ones who decide who's going to be the president of the United States. Wake up, I'll say it again. Y'all get real sleepy when I get enlightening your mind.
All right, teach now.
Teach, Pastor.
I'll say it again. We honestly think that we are the ones who decide who's going to be the president of the United States. We think we decide who's going to be the mayor of the city. We honestly think this when there's a power so subtle and so pervasive and so awesome that they decide everybody who's going to be in office. And those who they don't want in office, if they do get in office, they won't be there long.
I know that's right.
If you want to do some more reading on Adam Weishaupt, the quotes I was just talking about comes out of a book called The Proofs of a Conspiracy by Professor John Robeson.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. How will the New World Order be so easily welcomed and received? How is it going to happen, people? Everybody say this: crisis creation.
Crisis creation.
Say it again.
Crisis creation.
Crisis creation. There's a phrase that the Illuminati created from Latin. And of course, they've infiltrated it into the high-ranking levels of Freemasonry. That phrase are these Latin words: ordo ab chaos. Everybody say that. Ordo ab chaos. Ordo ab chaos is Latin, which means order out of chaos. That's what it means.
Yes, sir.
Now, they actually used to put this on television, but we looked at television for entertainment and didn't even know it. How many of y'all remember this show that used to come on television called Get Smart?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Now, the show is telling us every week, people, wake up, get smart. Get smart. What was the name of the agency that Maxwell Smart worked for? No, that was the enemy agency. His agency was called control. Wasn't it? He worked for control, and the enemy agency was called chaos.
Look at that.
Get smart. Used to put it on television, but we look at it and miss the whole doggone message. Just like we do. Order out of disorder. People, hear me today. A great program of civil unrest has been planned, and it's about to be implemented. Are y'all hearing me?
Yes.
A great program of civil unrest has been planned, and it's about to be implemented. Right now, this government has opened over 47 detention centers around this country.
Right.
They just built a brand new jail downtown.
Yeah.
Something's getting ready to happen.
Yeah. Control.
However, this civil unrest that's been planned has not been planned by roaming bands of gangs and vigilantes, but by powers who are on assignment within the government, who control the government, and who have it in their best interest to create a climate of crisis in order to bring about some control.
That's right.
And we've been calling it the New World Order. The crisis that has been created is by design.
Yes, Pastor.
Happy birthday, America. But this crisis that has been created is by design. I'll say it again. This crisis, guess what the most current one is? It's called Y2K. We're getting ourselves all geared up for a crisis that has been strategically implemented to bring about chaos, because ordo ab chaos means order out of chaos. It's a disaster by design. The powers that be, they want this country to become so inflamed so that we'll say somebody needs to do something. Oh, some of y'all have already said that already. Somebody need to do something about the drugs in our community. They set blacks against whites, Jews against Gentiles, rich against poor, women against men. They are in the business of crisis creation. You see, people, the Illuminati found out many, many years ago that it's better to have people ask for control than to force it upon them. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go back to drugs in our community. How many people in this room, show me your hand, how many of y'all feel that something should be done to clean up drugs in the community? Or every hand is up. Ain't that something? Now, how many of you in this room are getting ready to go out there and clean up the drugs? Ain't that something? No hands. Wait a minute. Let me do that again. Let me just do that again. Let's try that one more time. How many, maybe I missed something here. How many of you really think that something needs to be done about drugs in our community? Let me see your hand. Okay, good. I was right then. Now, of the hands that went up, how many of you are getting ready to go out there and clean up drugs in the community? Wow. Well, if you're not going to clean up the drugs in the community, who in the hell going to do it? Who you going to ask to clean up the drugs? I want y'all to see this thing. saying, people, happy birthday, America. If you're not going to clean up, you agree something needs to be done about it, but you're not going to go do nothing about it. So then who's going to do it? The government, right? Come on, let's face it. You're going to say to the government, come on in and clean up our community. You're going to say to the government, y'all come on in here and do whatever you have to do to stop these drive-by shootings. Right. But the thing that you don't understand is the government is the one who put the guns in the community in the first place. The government is the one who put the drugs in the community. It's called crisis creation. In other words, they're saying, let's go into this community, put drugs in the community, knowing that it's going to create a crisis, knowing that they ain't going to go and clean up their own problem. They'll turn around and ask the very people who put it in there in the first place, help us. It's called bringing order out of chaos.
Yes.
Who are these people? And what's their plan? The Bible says this word, write the vision and make it plain, so they may run who read it. Y'all following me? Yeah. That's what the Illuminati did, y'all. They put their vision down real clear, crystal clear. We've been carrying it around with us all the time. Don't even know it. Yeah. So let's learn about it today. Yeah. Let's learn about it. Y'all got the paper I handed out? That money? Yeah. Come on, let's look at it. Let's find out. Let's look at the Illuminati here. Y'all see that man on the front there? What's his name? George Washington, a good friend of Adam Weishaupt. Yeah, yeah. Member of the Illuminati. It's ironic he's the first president, ain't it? Oh, well, let's get real deep here today. Now, I told you, y'all allow me, this is America's birthday, so let me go here and talk about America's plans and America's destiny today. Look at the front of the dollar bill. Y'all see it there? Follow me well now. In each corner of the dollar bill, there's a number 1, isn't it? Huh? But in the upper right-hand corner, there's something different about that number 1 than the others. All the other 3 have a circular emblem around it. But the one in the upper right-hand corner, there's not a circle around that one, is it? Have y'all ever noticed this before? See, that's why I blew it up so y'all can really see this thing. In the upper right-hand corner of the dollar bill, around that number 1, there's no circle around that one like all the other ones. No, this one is actually the symbol of the Illuminati. Right. Teach. It's what they wear on their little lapel pin. It's called an owl. Yeah. Now, I don't know if y'all are able to see it. I tried to trace it in with a pencil there. But if you look in the upper right, look at the owl there, that one. Look to the top left side of it. You see one eye, the left eye, and on the other side you see the right eye. Yeah. Y'all see it? If you look down at the bottom, you see the tail feathers of the owl. Y'all see this thing? So here we have the symbol of the owl. Why an owl? Why not a dog? Because the owl is the animal that has the ability to see in the dark. Yes. That's what the Illuminati says. The Illuminati says we are the ones who have the awareness in the midst of this darkness. Why do they have the awareness? Because they're the ones who plan this thing. Oh, buddy. There's some more stuff up there I could talk about, but let's go over to, they're going to go down to the back side. Yes. Oh, boy. You see those 2 big circles there on the right-hand side? You see a circle with an eagle in it? Y'all see that? That's called the obverse seal of the Great Seal of the United States of America. What country did I say? United States of America. Right. In fact, if you look under the left circle, you'll see the words, the Great Seal. And then under the right circle of the United States. Y'all see that there? All right, let's look back at the eagle there for a moment. First of all, why an eagle? Why an eagle? Why is the eagle an emblem of this country? Because first of all, it's supposed to fly higher than any other bird. Not only that, it is the only bird that can look directly into the sun when it flies. But that's not really the deep part about this. I want you to see the ribbon that's in the eagle's beak. Y'all looking at it? There's some Latin words there, people. It's pronounced e pluribus unum. How many of y'all see that? E pluribus unum. In Latin it means of many. Pluribus is where we get our English word plural from. Unum means one, which means of many one, or one out of the many. It's called the Declaration of Interdependence, where you take many nations and make it one big conglomerate, like they're getting ready to do with the banks.
Right.
Yes.
All these banks are being bought up by one big bank, and after a while it's going to be one big bank that everybody have to deal with here. Of many, one. If you look above the eagle's head, there's a starburst up there. It's called the constellation. I took the liberty to go ahead and trace the outline of those stars. And if you look on the back of your dollar bill, you'll see 13 stars. I went on and outlined those stars. What image do you see there? The Star of David, isn't it? Wow, ain't that deep? That means, that tells us who the powerful people are. And brothers and sisters, don't fool yourself. Don't ever fool yourself. When it comes to who is the economic power in the world, it's the Jews. They control it all. Did y'all hear me? They were the founding fathers of this nation, and they control it all. On the eagle's breast, there's a flag, isn't it? The bar at the top represents Congress, and the 13 stripes represents the 13 colonies. In the eagle's right claw, you see olive leaves. If you count them, you'll see that there are 13 olive leaves. At the base of each olive leaf, there's a little berry. You'll see that there's 13 berries. Why the number 13? I'll tell you in a minute. If you look in the eagle's left claw, you'll see 13 arrows. The olive leaves are symbolic of peace. The arrows represent war. If you notice, the eagle's beak is looking toward the olive leaves, which means we would rather have peace, but if we have to go to war to destroy you, we will.
That's right.
That's what it means, people. The eagle only got 9 tail feathers. Why only 9? A lot of folk don't even know this. Why not 24 tail feathers? Why 9 tail feathers? Because the inner circle of the Illuminati consists of 9 men. What's really deep is in the right wing of the eagle, there are 32 feathers. In the left wing of the eagle, there are 33 feathers. Why 32 in one and 33 in the other? Because 32 in the right wing represents the 32 degrees of Freemasonry. And the left wing represents the 33rd honorary degree. It's handed down in Scottish Rite Masonry. The symbol here, 13 letters in E pluribus unum, 13 stars in the starburst above the eagle's head, 13 stripes on the flag, 13 olive leaves, 13 berries, 13 arrows. What's up with number 13 here? Let's go over to the other seal on the right, on the left side now. This is called the reverse seal. Y'all see that pyramid? Ain't that something? The Jews had the unmitigated audacity to go get a pyramid from Africa to be symbolic of themselves. Why the pyramid? Because the pyramid represents stability. One person said that everyone fears time, but Time fears the pyramids. In other words, we ain't going nowhere. That's what it means. We're here to stay. If you count the layers of brick in the pyramid, you'll come up with 13 layers of brick. Above the pyramid, you see the Latin words annuit coeptis. Y'all see that? Annuit coeptis in Latin means announcing the birth. Underneath the pyramid, in the ribbon, there are Latin words. It says Novus Ordo Seclorum. How many see that? Novus Ordo Seclorum is Latin. Novus is Latin for new. Ordo is Latin for order. Seclorum is Latin for the world. So guess what it's saying, people? It says announcing the birth of the new world order. But black folk don't read Latin, so we don't know that. Carrying it around in your pocket all the time, people. Bible-believing Christians who say you're not going to be here when the new world order comes. It was here before you were born. Oh, let's get even deeper than this, people. Let's show you something. Look at the base of the pyramid. Y'all see some Roman numbers down there? First Roman number is N, which means 1,000. The next one is D, which is 500. So how much is that so far? 1,500, right? The next Roman number is C, which is 100. There are two C's. So add 200 to 1,500. What do you add? 1,700. The next is L, which is 50. X is 10. 60. Another X is 10. 70. Then VI is 6. So we're talking about 1776. That's when the New World Order was birthed.
All right, Pastor.
Y'all looking for something that's about to come in the future. You were born into the New World Order, people. Good Lord have mercy. Oh, it gets even better. If you notice, the pyramid is not completed.
No, sir.
You know what that means? That means we still have work to do. We still have work to do in carrying out our agenda and carrying out our program and subjugating the people to our control.
Right.
But now what's really deep is the eye over the pyramid.
Watch.
Which represents, actually they stole that from Egypt too.
That's right.
It's called the eye of Horus. Here they have it as the all-seeing eye of God. And notice where the eye is. Right in the middle of their announcement, announcing the birth of the New World Order, the pyramid meaning that we're here to stay and we ain't going nowhere and we still got more work to do, but we want y'all to know that God has set his approval on our undertakings. Buddy. Do y'all see this? Why 13? Why not 7? People say, because it represents the 13 colonies.
All right, Pastor, tell us.
And you believe it because that's what they taught you in American history.
Right. Tell us.
When the number 13 is the number of the Illuminati. It is the number which represents Lucifer, which means the light bearer. But let me see the symbology and let me show you how powerful 13 is. 13 is so powerful that some buildings don't even have a 13th floor.
That's right.
13 is so powerful that everything around us is summed up to the number 13. You think I'm playing? You got 12 days of Christmas and then Christmas. That's 13 days. You got 12 signs of the zodiac plus the sun. That's 13. Why did Jesus have 12 disciples and not 17 disciples? Because 12 disciples plus him makes 13. Ah, good gracious Allah. We don't even understand what we're in here, people. We're participatory agents in a program designed for our own destruction, and we love it. Because we don't know any better. And we sing the song, on the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a Partridge in a pear tree. Wake up, my brothers and sisters. Happy birthday, America. It's happy birthday to you, because we're starting to wake up to your program. You're about to lose your power. People, you and I too. Oh, you know what? I got some time. Let me show y'all something here. Oh, let's get real good. Let me see. I usually like to get a young person to do this, but that's okay to save time. Minister Hernan, would you grab that microphone right there, please? I have here a copy of the memo from, and by the way, this book is called Putting It All Together by Terrence Jackson. If y'all want your eyes open, I strongly encourage you to get this. All right. If you would take that and just read what that memo is from, please go right ahead into the, so it'll be on tape here.
Counterintelligence program.
What program? How many of y'all have heard me talk about the COINTELPRO? COINTELPRO is the acronym or short for Counterintelligence Program. Now y'all hear this. Hear this. Okay, because y'all, this is getting ready to get real serious. Now it's been serious all the time. Hear what I'm saying now. It's been serious all the time. But it's getting ready to get real serious here at 3520 North Newstead. You know why? Because unfortunately, this kind of teaching has not been in our churches. And therefore, our churches have not been a threat to the program. That's why y'all been safe up in here. So understand why I got these brothers standing around these walls. As long as you stay ignorant, and we keep jumping up and down, you are no good to making social change. They want you to jump. They want you to lay out and roll up under these pews because they know you're the most ignorant one. They want you to do that. But they do not want you to know the truth, because if you know the truth and you share it with somebody else today, then that means tomorrow 2 people gonna know the truth. And if the 2 of you share it with 2 other folk, then that means 4 people gonna know it, then 8 people, then 16. And in a month's time, we'll be done took this city.
That's right.
I'm sorry, go and read this thing here. The Counterintelligence Program, go ahead.
Black nationalists, hate groups.
Notice what they labeled it under. Black nationalists, hate groups. Isn't it a doggone shame that when somebody want to stand up and talk about black uprising and awareness, they call it hate talk? Read, my sister.
Racial intelligence background.
Racial intelligence background. Go ahead.
The Revolutionary Action Movement. A pro-Chinese communist group.
Right.
Was active in Philadelphia, PA.
I'm sorry, Sister Ann, what date is on that letter?
1967.
What month? March?
I'm sorry, March 4th, 1968.
March 4th, 1968. What year, people? 1968. This is 99. We're talking 31 years ago. This stuff was in place. Go on down to the objectives and all that kind of stuff there.
Prevent a coalition of militant black nationalists.
Is this number 1?
Yes, sir.
To prevent what?
Coalition of militant black nationalist groups.
The FBI counterintelligence program, number 1 is to prevent the coalition or the coming together of black leaders.
That's right.
To resurrect the people. Read.
Number 2.
Number 2. Listen to this real good, people. I've been saying it, and I can't stress it enough. I hope y'all think I'm not playing. I hope you're not. Listen. What does it say?
Prevent the rise of Messiah.
Wait a minute. To do what?
Prevent the rise of Messiah.
Everybody say, to prevent the rise of a Messiah. Who could do what?
Unify.
Who could unify, electrify
The militant black nationalist movement.
the militant black nationalist movement. In other words, they actually have a program in place. And y'all is doing well too. Whereas federal agents have to, by assignment, come up in organizations such as what I'm doing right now today and prevent the rise of anybody who's doing what I'm doing.
That's right.
In other words, y'all, if I stand here and keep telling you Jesus is the answer for the world today, they won't have to send nobody in here. Y'all follow what I'm saying? That's not a threat to them. They are the ones who put that gospel up in here in the first place. To keep you numb and void. Read, my sister.
Malcolm X might have been such a Messiah.
Malcolm might have been a Messiah.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King. Stokely Carmichael. Go ahead.
Elijah Muhammad also could have held this position. Elijah Muhammad is less there because of his age.
Ain't that deep? In other words, once you get old, you're not threatened anymore. Right?
He could have very well been a real contender for this position should he abandon his own obedience to the white liberal doctrines, nonviolence.
Wait a minute. Hold. Notice what they're saying. They're saying Martin Luther King could have been a threat if he had abandoned his allegiance to the doctrine of white liberalism. Now that's deep. When the FBI actually tells you that Martin Luther King had pledged his allegiance to their control, he didn't realize he had done it. Just like most of our religious leaders, they don't realize they've done it. But when you've been trained by them to teach the people what they want you to teach the people, then you have pledged your allegiance to them. Go ahead, read a little bit more.
Prevent violence on the part of black nationalist groups.
Okay, make this a little bit more dynamic because I can't hear what you're saying.
Prevent violence on the part of black nationalist groups.
Prevent violence on the part of black nationalists.
This is the primary importance, and is, of course, a goal of our investigative activity. It should be also a goal of the counterintelligence program. Through counterintelligence, it should be possible to pinpoint potential troublemakers and neutralize them before they exercise their potential for violence.
Wait a minute, hold up. Let's do that part right there again. Through counterintelligence,
It should be possible to pinpoint.
it should be possible, read slower, it should be possible to pinpoint what?
Potential troublemakers
Potential troublemakers
and neutralize them.
What do y'all think they mean, y'all? Talk to me. What do you think they're saying here?
Assassinate. Kill.
It's called assassination. It's called kill them. Now, ain't that deep? They call them troublemakers. Why are they troublemakers? Because they are opening the eyes of the people to what's going on in the program. Read, my sister.
Prevent militant black nationalist groups and leaders from gaining respectability.
Wait a minute. Whoa. To prevent what?
Black nationalist groups
Black nationalist groups and their leaders
from gaining respectability.
from gaining respectability.
That's right.
Isn't that something? In other words, let's go in before we take his life. Let's go in and try to assassinate his character. Let's go in and let's plant some dirt. Let's find something that we can use against this man to discredit him or this woman, to discredit her in the minds of the people. Because if you discredit them in the minds of the people won't listen to them. And guess what we do? All they got to, trust me, as hard as I am working to resurrect our people, all they got to do is put a statement in the paper. Reverend Hagen's under investigation for something. And by the time we finish with it, y'all hear what I'm saying? That's how they do, people. That's why y'all heard me say in the business meeting, my job is not to give the enemy any bullets to shoot at me.
That's right, sir.
Because believe me, they already up in here.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead, sister.
A final goal
should
be to prevent the long-range growth.
To prevent the long-range growth
of militant black nationalists.
Ain't that deep? See, notice the words they use that scare us all. Militant black nationalists. Militant black nationalists. See, we're afraid of that line. You know, if you say you're a militant black nationalist, I ain't gonna stay, I ain't gonna be around you because you're a troublemaker. What's bad about being a militant black nationalist? Black nationalist simply means I'm for my people. I'm a black man and I'm for black people. And militant means I ain't playing. That's all it means. Go ahead, sister.
Especially among youth.
Target the young people. Yeah. Go ahead.
Specific tactics to prevent these groups from converting young people must be developed.
Right. Go ahead.
Primary targets of the counterintelligence program, black nationalist hate groups should be the most violent and radical groups of their leaders. Student Violent Coordinating Committee.
And they start listing different organizations. That's enough. Thank you. I just wanted you to read this because I wanted y'all to understand that this program is in place. People, here this is Independence Day. Independence Day. The day that we're supposed to be celebrating. And y'all gonna go downtown tonight. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I ain't never seen fireworks like here. Unless I was looking at something else on television. I was looking at all the fireworks they do on the bridge down there and everything. And I said, whoa, this thing is deep. Celebrating supposedly when this country became a sovereign power in and of itself. And yet when the Declaration of Independence was signed, all of your great-grandparents and mine too were slaves. George Washington, that man right there on the front of your dollar bill that you're looking at, was a slave owner. You may have heard me say it in the past. Go find a white person named Washington. You see that one on the dollar bill. But all the rest of the Washingtons you find will be black folk. Yeah, because Martha couldn't have children, y'all. So how did George have his children? By raping his slaves. And he fathered over 32 illegitimate black children. But yet he was a slave master. Thomas Jefferson, all of them, who signed the Declaration of Independence, they weren't interested in you. They were invaders. And their children are alive today. They're children of invaders. And it's time for us to understand that the destiny, the planned destiny of this country is not for your benefit. Did y'all hear what I said? Yes, sir. Another man who was a member of the Illuminati, his name was Jacob Schiff, a Jew. Yeah. It's deep, man. Founded the NAACP. Not for your benefit. Wake up, my people. Y'all ain't heard me talk like this in a while. I guess you thought I forgot, huh? I ain't forget. I was just giving y'all a break.
Control, Pastor.
And being that today is the 4th of July, I figured this is the best time for me to really talk about the secret and planned destiny of this country. Brothers and sisters, we need to ask God to help this country. I ain't lying. Now, God has no hands and feet but ours. So the only way God is going to help this country is He's going to have to help it through us. We're going to have to do the right thing. That's the only way God's going to help this country. God is not going to send an angel down here outside of the ones that are already here to take a stand for righteousness. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's time for righteousness to take its stand. The Bible says it this way: righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. I look at the atrocities that this country has done all over the world. You name it. Kosovo. I'm so tired of hearing them lie about the bombs they dropped by mistake. Come on, the technology they got, there ain't no mistakes in this thing. That's what they want you to believe. There's no mistakes here. Why is it that we have military bases in every country in the world, but not one country has a military base here? Why is that, people? It's called control and domination. But Magog's time is almost up. Brother, if you
استخدمتها الناس، ولكن القضية هي قضية مسيسة ولتزوير الحقيقة ولاحقا لتمكين نقل اليهود من أوروبا باتجاه مناطق أخرى هي فلسطين. اليهود الذين أتوا إلى فلسطين هم يهود هذا الشرق ووثنيون واتبعوا الديانة اليهودية في القرن الثامن الميلادي، هاجروا إلى أوروبا وأتوا إلى هذه المنطقة. لا يوجد أي علاقة بينهم وبين شعب إسرائيل.
Flamingo, dangerous. AKA, fuck that. FD. You don't wanna fuck with me. You that. AKA FD.